And we are live. What's up, everybody? AJ here from H's Collectibles, back with another TCI, the Collector Interviews episode. This is episode 11, featuring the Grand Poobah Droobz Vids, man. I'm so glad to have this guy on here. I've been a huge fan of his videos for like 2 years already when I first started collecting Funko Pops and everything. And just talking to this guy, him, me being to him like a complete stranger, and like finally getting the chance to talk to him and like get to know him more. I mean, it's gonna be a great time, another great episode that it has become, and like I can't wait to get to know this guy more. So yeah, Drews, would you like to say something?
No, man, I just I appreciate it, and since this is live, see, got them notifications going.
Yeah,
So see that? So I'm actually gonna pull it up right now, so I got the chat, and yeah, I mean, I don't got much to say. Thanks for having me.
uh, no, yeah, and thank you, bro. For taking time out of your day to be on here and everything.
Oh, of course, man, of course. I
Yeah,
was actually quite looking forward to this.
yeah, definitely, bro. Like like I mentioned, this is the 11th episode, and the collector interviews that I have done has been so great, and this one with you on it is going to be another great one.
I believe it will be.
Yeah. So first things first, what got you to be such a huge anime watcher and collector? Like, what was the first thing that attracted to you about anime? Because I know you're such a huge anime guy yourself.
Right. Well, I actually, I don't. I guess I don't really talk about it that much, but I'm. I have two older brothers, and growing up, like we would watch Dragon Ball on the weekend, get up really early, watch it. Like, he used to come on like at 6 a.m. and and then sometimes before school, Sailor Moon would come on, and
Mm,
that. All right, don't get me wrong here. I'm not a big Sailor Moon fan, but that was the only thing on, so I'd watch it. So I guess it's pretty much because I grew up with it, grew up watching Voltron, Dragon Ball, all that, and I remember as well, growing up, like we'd get the VHSs, like a bootleg VHS of like Dragon Ball
yeah,
GT, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and it kind of just went from there. So and initially, like I would always get like these collector editions of games whenever I had the extra money. I try to get them and usually get like a cool little figure with it, and I was like, man, I wonder if they make anime figures and stuff. And I started looking at it, and they sure do. So that's kind of where it all started.
right. Yeah. Before we continue, I wanna shout out to all the people that are here right now watching. RGB, Tats, Nakama, and Dark Sage. Thank you for tuning in and watching this interview so far. We appreciate all of you.
Yeah, what up, everybody?
Yeah.
Hey,
So like you mentioned, like when you start collecting and everything, like what kind of person were you? Were you like that person who was like shy and then just grew to be a certain different way and everything?
yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I'm like not the most social person.
Mm.
Like even now, uh, but I don't know. I guess just doing YouTube, like a lot of people think you got to be social for social media, but you really don't have to be. I mean, so realistically, if you think about it, because you make videos too, you,
Yeah.
you kind of sit in your room and you talk to a camera, and
Right.
that's actually pretty comfortable for me. And originally, when I first started making videos, I was like super nervous. I was like, man, what are people going to think about me? This, that, and other things. So I was like stumbling a lot and just really kind of, I don't know, just using them words like the ums and things like that, like all the time, because I would just don't know why I was nervous, because I was literally talking to myself in a room full of you know figures. So
Right.
but yeah, I mean, like even to this day, um I'm still pretty antisocial for the most part. um but it's weird because I say that, but I do talk to everybody. So I guess I think of myself as antisocial, but I guess that's not really the case anymore. And I guess that's probably because of YouTube. I've been doing YouTube, for almost 3 years. So, you kind of meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of different people. And then eventually you get to that spot where you just don't care anymore. And that's when you get really comfortable behind that camera. So that's kind of where I'm at currently.
No, I mean that's true. You know, myself. My first video, I was like nervous when I was doing it, but the more I did it and did it, I just got comfortable and like I just feel like, this is gonna be pretty easy now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like I find I find myself like when I do make videos, I just get like super long winded sometimes and just like talk forever. And then I end up editing most of it out because it's garbage. So like if you ever have like a conversation like in your head with yourself, like I find myself doing that to the camera. So, I just end up like, I don't know, just saying random stuff and end up having to cut it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out though. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we continue, RGV says if we got any new mail costs.
I do. I do. Actually, it's going to be in a video coming out tomorrow. And hold on, let me get it. It's not even open yet, but I came across this website. Maybe I was too far away from my. Came across this website and decided to try it out. And it's from, what is this? Sure Thing Toys.
Oh yes, I heard about them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured we'd give them a shot. Kind of review the website there and how everything went because they do have free shipping. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it is a pretty decently priced figure. I think it was like $52.99 for that. And it's a pretty awesome figure in my opinion. It's not a opposable one or anything. It's a Fig Art Zero. So yeah, so it should be pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to anime, when you watch it, do you have like a top 3 favorite shows, or even top 5?
Yes, I like to keep my top animes hidden for the most part, at least order wise, because a lot of people are like, oh man, which top 5, which top 3? Maybe I'll make a video on it eventually, but actually quite a few people do know how I lean towards animes. Obviously One Piece is going to be in there just because I've been watching and reading One Piece for years and years now. So it's definitely in my top 5, but Mob Psycho is in my top 5. If you never watched Mob Psycho, fantastic anime from start to finish. Great time. They even have a live action like season 1 of it, and that was pretty good too. Konosuba, I am a man of culture after all, and Konosuba is actually one of my favorites because it's one of the original isekai types, and yeah, I really enjoy that. And we'll leave the other 2 out for now.
Yeah. Let's say that for like a video, like you said.
Yeah.
Now, pretty much all of us here, we know about Androids, but like, what was the thing that attracted to you the most that made you want to get them? Because I think I know you that pretty much like collects all the single different ones that has like a whole bunch and everything.
Right. So realistically, what it was for me was, so Funko, as you know, I've been collecting Funko Pops for quite a while and recently stopped collecting them. Cold turkey, guys, just straight cold turkey, done. But I was basically in search for something better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash people for collecting, Funko Pops or whatever they like. But for me as a collector, it kind of felt like the next step in evolution of that, because I was getting Bam Prestos and all that. And those are great, especially for the price. Don't get me wrong. I'll say all day that Bam Prestos are probably some of the best figures you can get for the price. but Nendroids were like that next logical step for me as a collector, and they just make so many characters from a bunch of different animes that I enjoy, and that's kind of where I went with it. So just and it actually helped me break out of the uh what is it? I can't remember the word I'm looking for. That the completionist mentality. There you go. So it broke me out of that. Like Funko Pops, they get you into a completionist mentality like really hard, you know. So you want to have the whole set. You want to get all the variants of whatever they put out.
Right,
But
right,
with Nendroids, that price point and what all you get with the figure, it makes sense for me just to get the favorite ones, the favorite characters I like from my favorite animes. So that's kind of where I went with it.
right. You know, you mentioned like, you know, you did a video why you stopped collecting Funko Pops, but like, um, is there another reason that you just left out that you didn't include in the video? That like another reason why you didn't you just stopped collecting Funko Pops?
Uh, I mean, I so that video. Uh, so where do I go from here? Okay, so I actually didn't plan how that video was going to come out. I
Mhm.
just sat in front of the camera and just hit the record button and went from there, and it just turned out the way it turned out. Um, I did cut out a lot of the tasteless things in there, and some people would argue that there's still tasteless things in there, um, especially a lot of what I said about it. But it wasn't aimed at anybody in general, because the people that did get offended by the video thought I was like talking directly to them. But like I said in a video, I think I said it multiple times that all the communities I was a part of when I was collecting Funko Pops were great, and it was just kind of a generalized thing. But for me, the real reason for not collecting Funko Pops was the the prices were starting to go up. Like exclusives, you gotta pay 20 plus for an exclusive now,
Yeah.
and sometimes depending on how much shipping, go up even more. So if I could just take that $20 or $25 that I would get one Funko Pop with, I could put that towards, I could get a Band Presto for that, which in my opinion is a much better figure, you know,
Mhm.
or I could put that $25 towards an Android, which in my opinion is a much better figure. So that's kind of my thinking as far as that went.
Right. I mean, like, I know you said you had stopped, but do you think maybe at one point in your life, like in the near future, you might just get back into it?
No, I don't think I will. I'm slowly going down like certain paths now,
Mhm.
um, as far as anime collectibles go. So Funko Pops are probably not going to be for me anymore. Like I still, enjoy seeing people collect them, seeing them being happy with it. I'm still part of, some Funko collecting communities, and yeah, that's just because I made a lot of friends, when I was collecting them, and yeah, I just don't think I'm going to pick up Funko Pops anymore. So I probably won't go back to. I don't think there's anything that they would make to get me to come back. So
Right. Oh yeah, I definitely think because I know a few people that have stopped collecting as well, but like a couple months roll by, they just get back into it.
yeah, if it's funny because if this was like if we did this video next week, these shelves back here, you see how that's
Mhm.
starting to empty out up top.
Yeah.
They'd be even more empty if this was the same day next week.
Mhm.
So I've been moving a lot of them. Kind of some of them were just waiting for people to pay me and stuff like that. So yeah, I've committed to the cause of getting out the Funko game, and the first step to doing that is removing what I have. I will be keeping a select few, but for the majority, they got to go.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, for everyone watching, I've been a huge fan of Droobz Vids, his videos for a long time, 2 years when I first started collecting Funko Pops, and I'm really glad, honored to have this guy right here doing this interview with me and getting to know him more and more. And I can't thank this guy enough for being on here. It means a lot. And with that being said, when it comes to you, when you make videos, when you make content, was there any that you regret not doing that you ever like thought about making, but then in the end you just didn't make it at all?
Uh, Video wise, well, first of all, I appreciate you having me on. I always enjoy doing things like this. Doesn't matter who you are, how many people you got watching, how many subs you got. I don't care. If we're friendly, we're friends. That's great. You know,
Yeah.
uh, Pretty easy guy to get along with, as you may know. But yeah, I mean, video wise, like actually that video that I made when I was getting out the Funko Pop game, like I was I almost didn't release that video. Um,
Mhm.
like I thought about it for a few days. Like it was ready to go. Like that video, like after I recorded it and everything, it was probably at least like good 4 or 5 days before I released it. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, dang, should I put this out? Should I delete it? And eventually, I just decided to put it out there. And yeah, like sometimes you just make videos that you don't really you're not really happy with. Um, because I'm one of those type of people that if I make a video that I'm not gonna watch, I'm not gonna put it out. So it would have to be something that I'm okay with putting out as far as everything goes, like just the the quality and all of that, like the content of it. So if I don't like it, I'm not gonna put it out. If I don't think everybody that watches will like it, I won't put it out. And there have been a few videos like that. So
Right. But like when it comes to videos, like every time you get like a new package or something, do you just go to yourself, okay, I just got this in today, I'm gonna do a quick video on it, or like do you just like if it's just one thing, do you just like just save it, like maybe do like an Instagram post on it, or you just go and decide to not do anything at all on it?
well, it's funny you mention that. So first of all, Instagram, I do use Instagram quite a bit. I actually message quite a few people on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Dark Sage, he's one of them. I talk to him almost every day. And but yeah, like the packages I get, they'll sit around for a good week and a half. Um, like like the Sure Thing Toys ones, I have that for a little over a week now. Um, but
Mhm.
that's only because when I make videos like that, I actually wait on them purposely because a company will be able to see, all right, so this went out on this day to this address, and I do ship them to my home address under my real name and everything. So if I did it like the same day, they could probably easily just say, oh yeah, that's this guy at this address, that made this video about it. So i don't want I don't want that to be a factor when I get these, because for the series where I'm reviewing all these websites and trying to help everybody out as far as where to go to buy these, I want that to be completely unbiased on both parties. So they don't know it's actually going to me, and I'm able to give my full opinion on it because it's based off
Mhm.
of actual real experience. It's not like, they hit me up or it's like, hey, we're going to send this to you, blah, blah, blah. Now I use, my hard earned money, send it to my home, and there we go.
Right.
So, and like, I don't know, I've been so behind on review videos, and they're going to start getting pushed out here because I've got, like, hold on, let me, two, I got at least like 25 figures that I need to review still. So it's
Damn.
I know I've been slacking. I've been slacking.
I mean, I feel you on that. Like myself, like not that long ago, I had like maybe 15 packages in my closet that I was gonna save for videos and everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just you know, I kind of lean towards one of those too much of a good thing type of deals. So you could legitimately just put up those videos whenever you want, like all back to back to back to back. But you also don't want people to get burned out, not necessarily on the content, but you don't want them to get burned out on you, right? So, you do want them to come back and look forward to coming back. So that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right mindset to be in. So I, I don't know. I don't It's been working out, I
Yeah.
guess.
No,
Appreciate it, Dark Sage. My bad. I'm looking at chat.
no, you're good. Yeah. I mean, Dark Sage is right. He always makes some great quality content, and I really do love how you take your time on it. I know there's like some people that like post a video one day and then they take a break in the middle, and then the very next day, like 2 days after, they make another video. Like you do it like that, like every week and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to do, at least 2 a week, sometimes 3 if I get time, because, YouTube is my hobby first and foremost, because I do have, a full-time job where I do work 12-hour shifts. So generally, like the times I get to edit are like after work before I go to sleep. That's why you'll see a lot of the videos I put out in the morning, because I work overnight. So I'll edit at 7 in the morning when I get off, and right before I go to sleep, I'll post it up. And I usually don't get around to the comments until like the next day after work. So it's kind of just like that.
Yeah, we got Rob over here telling us we're Mexicans, and if you're a Mexican yourself.
But yeah, Dark Sage does make a point. That depends on where you want to make your channel. Like, yeah, it depends where you want to take it. Like, if you want to be a daily uploader, that's great, as long as you're able to stick to that. I mean, realistically, if YouTube was my job, I'd be doing daily uploads, but there would be a lot more content of me kind of just talking about things versus showing you guys things, right? Because you can't just, especially collecting hobby itself is expensive, right? So if you could daily videos that for like showing something brand new every day for like even 3 months straight, you're probably balling hard. Or YouTube is your main source of income, and that's why you're doing it, and most of the money you get from that you're putting back into the channel. So it's one of those things. I mean, I am bringing a few more of those types of videos to the channel where I just talk about things and stuff like that. So yeah.
Before we continue, we got Rob over here saying,
yeah, goddamn Rob,
you're a night walker. Use your excuse of an overnight job as a cover. He's on to you.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Now, when you mentioned
people do think I am sometimes like Hispanic or Mexican or something like that, but I'm not. I'm half Filipino, so. But I guess, I mean, that makes sense, because Philippines does have a heavy Spanish influence. So
yeah, because I remember when I first started watching you a couple of your first videos, I was like, is Droobz Mexican? Because you do look Mexican.
Oh man, like when I let like the beard and mustache grow out, oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you mentioned that, pretty much people who do YouTube for a living, and they make their money off it, and how they do how they have to come up with content every single day. Do you respect those kind of people? Like knowing that they don't really work as hard as you do, especially when you work the graveyard shift and everything.
Well, I mean, YouTube's a lot of work still. I could appreciate where they're coming from because I do it too, just not on a daily basis or as a full time job. Um,
Right.
but to be honest with you, if I did do it full time, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. Um, and if I did do it full time, it'd probably be something different than what I'm doing now. It'd probably be more travel related because I enjoy traveling.
Hmm.
So, and I've done a few videos on my travels on the channel, but I just I didn't want to make it a separate channel for that. I just wanted to keep it all together on this one. But um, yeah, I do have respect for those guys because a lot of work does go into it, and I know how much does go into it. So, to each their own. At the end of the day, they probably put in quite a few hours, if not more than like your typical 8 hours. So they do a lot because not only do they got to manage what they're doing on
Right.
YouTube, they also got to manage all their social medias to keep that traffic coming, to keep them able to make a living off of it. But at the same time, while I respect all that, at the same time, at what point does your content become about just making the money versus putting out an informative video for people?
Right.
It's
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Now, besides anime, I know like your main expertise is anime, but like, are you also like a huge fan of other things, whether it's like DC, Marvel, Ninja Turtles, or etc.? Are you heavy into them like you are with anime?
oh yeah, man. I mean, so DC wise, like I'm a big fan of certain parts of DC. Like I love Justice League Dark, Flashpoint, and I kind of like the more off-centric things from DC and Marvel. Um, but I'm also a big fan of Dark Horse comics. So I love Hellboy. It's one of my favorite comics ever. And Mike Mignola, his art is fantastic. So I do enjoy that, and I enjoy a lot of different TV shows. Um, if you ever watch TV show Hannibal, it's fantastic. I like the kind of darker TV shows.
Hmm.
I know Netflix did Sabrina, which is really good. It's not like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, even though
Right.
it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but it's the one based off the graphic novels. So that's really good. But yeah, I have a lot more interest, but anime is like my main thing. Like people will go home and after work or whatever, flip on the TV and watch a TV show. I do the same, but with anime. Or if you got some downtime, somebody might open up a book, read the book. I do the same, but with manga. So it's kind of just a role reversal, I guess, off of just normal stuff, if you want to call it that. So for me, anime and manga is normal, versus a book and regular TV show.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think
Now,
yeah, well, I got actually. Oh, where's my fingers? There we go. That's the flashpoint pops right there, right there. That's the
there. Yeah. Right there.
yeah, and that is the Chase Superman. Yeah, that's right. Got the Chase, and I got the
Did-
Monopoly guys right. Where'd it go? There we go. Got the
There it
Monopoly
is.
guys right there. I'm a big fan of board games too. I enjoy board games, so yeah. Oh yeah, and I got Sabrina right. Where's my finger? Right there. Got Sabrina too.
There it is. There she is. Right there. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I love board games. I like playing board games and tabletop games. I enjoy tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer. So
Right.
yeah.
Now, myself, I'm a huge Marvel fan. Um, what about yourself? Like when it comes to Marvel, like, is there specific things that you like about it, like certain movies, some shows and everything. I mean, I know you mentioned that you like the much darker stuff. Like, have you seen like the Netflix series that they done? Have you seen like the Punisher, Daredevil, and
Yep, I watched all those. I hated Iron Fist. That was terrible.
yeah,
And that's just a huge appropriation of culture. I mean, come on, man. Um, but actually, you probably can't tell with this light on, but where's this finger? This finger right there. That's Thanos on throne. Hot
yeah,
topic. I love that pop. That's great. It's probably one I'm gonna be keeping. But I tend to gravitate towards the villain characters in Marvel, in my opinion, just because there's so many heroes in Marvel, and the villains are fewer and far between. So their characters are developed much more, and their backstories are developed much more. So I tend to like that a little bit more. That's why I like one of my favorite categories in anime is slice of life, because in those you get like really really good character development. But that being said, my favorite Marvel character of all time is actually Magneto. Um,
yes,
and I'm gonna be getting, I'll probably be getting his Mezco figure eventually. Like I got Blade because Blade's fantastic, and that's again like DC. That's the darker universe to Marvel. Um, that's where Blade's from, and I enjoyed that one. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna end up getting Magneto because a lot of people think he's a villain, but he's really not. He's really not.
yeah.
He's just a man that wanted to be left alone, and they kept messing with him, and look what happened. You know, you poke the tiger
Yeah, I mean,
in the cage, it's gonna come out. He even said it. He was like,
yeah, like
"Just leave me alone." And Professor X just kept, mind jacking him.
yeah, like me. I'm a big fan of X-Men, and I just remember seeing the X-Men movies that where Magneto just wanted to do his own thing, like you said, be left alone. That Professor X, he didn't want to leave him alone. He wanted Magneto to be part of the X-Men, the original team and everything.
Yo, Professor X is supposed to be like that, the epitome of the good guys, right?
Right.
He leads the school and everything, but he literally made Magneto into a bad guy. He made him into a bad guy.
Yes.
So you would have been fine. Like everything would have been peaceful, but you just had to make him into that. So is Professor X actually a bigger villain than anybody suspects just because he's supposed to be the good guy, but he had nobody to fight against and he made somebody to fight against? Just saying. Just saying.
No, that's true. Like, have you seen Dark Phoenix that came out last year?
I did not watch Dark Phoenix movie, unfortunately.
Yeah, cause I saw that one, and right there, it just made Professor X seem like he was like the bad guy, because he just wanted Jean Grey. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Because he wanted Jean Grey
when
to
it
come
comes on
back and
Netflix.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I know the story for Dark Phoenix just from I actually work with a buddy of mine, and he's super big into Marvel and DC, so he tells me like all the backstories to stuff I don't know about already. And yeah, he's told me about the Dark Phoenix backstory, and I was gonna watch it, but I ended up not being able to make it to the movie time for whatever reason. I don't remember now, but we were gonna go watch it together, and I wasn't able to make it. So I'm just gonna wait till it comes out on Netflix now, which should be probably soon, I'm guessing.
I don't think it'll be on Netflix, to be honest.
You don't
No,
think
the Disney. I think it might be on Disney Plus.
That's right. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Damn it, Disney Plus. All right. I might get that eventually. I thought about getting it, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
It does have a lot to offer, though.
I mean, it's not that much. Right now it's still $6.99 a month.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably cut out Funimation because I generally watch Crunchyroll. So just because, so a lot of people like usually when you get like exclusive pop that comes up on Funimation, everyone's like, "Oh man, this website is garbage." The website's always garbage. Like, even when there's nobody on there, if you're just trying to watch episode of anime or something, Funimation sucks. Like, and their app sucks and everything. Like, everything Funimation has to watch anime sucks. And for some reason, I can't get subs to pop up automatically. I always have to change it from dub, and it's really annoying. But Crunchyroll, I don't have to worry about any of that. Like, their app streams flawlessly, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored by Crunchyroll.
Nope. I wish. Let's see. Growing up, of course, all of us grew up with the same things. But to you, what were some of your favorite shows, movies, toys? You know, like that. Just that was like your main thing.
Oh man, so when I was, real little, I actually got GI Joes. So that was, and it wasn't like the small ones. They were the big ones. Like, I guess they'd be like a 1/6 scale because they were 12 inches, I think, and they had the actual real clothes and all that too. Obviously not as detailed as a Hot Toy, and this was, 30 years ago or 25 years ago, we should say 25 years ago or so. But yeah, I would get those. I even had like the big old Jeep for Duke and all that, and I had the guy. He had a little parachute. Throw him in the air to see if it would come out. Never did. But yeah, like I was really big into those when I was growing up, mainly because I'd get one like for my birthday or something like that, and I kind of just had this huge collection of them, and I had the full Voltron. Ended up getting all those, so that was cool. And I had an Epion model kit that's from Gundam. I had that, and it was just like the simplest model kit ever. Put that together, and I don't remember what happened to it. Probably like broke in half or something. Because back then, these things would probably be like super collectible now if I kept them in great condition or anything like that. But obviously, I didn't. I played with them, so yeah, I was really big into GI Joe. Good stuff.
Yeah, GI Joe was also one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah, man, good times.
Yeah. You just said GI Joe was one of your favorites. Like, do you ever like think back to yourself like, maybe I'll start getting a few collectibles of GI Joes?
I did. I saw, I think Hasbro making some new GI Joe figures, and those are I think they're like 12 scales, which is the ones I enjoy. I don't want to get into the 6 scale stuff. 12 is completely fine for me, especially because I get Figmas and SH Figuarts. Those are that 1/12 scale. And I actually thought about getting the new GI Joe ones. Thought about it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, the other day I actually saw that there was a new GI Joe figure. I think it might be an exclusive to Amazon because that's where I saw it from. That's available for pre-order.
Is that the Destro? Is it?
I think it was.
Yeah, I don't quite remember. Yeah, there's pretty cool ones. It's either Destro or Snake Eyes. So I was looking at it too. But yeah, like I said, I didn't pull the trigger on it yet. Yeah. Maybe I will though.
Yeah,
because they're a lot like a Marvel Legend, but for GI Joe.
Yeah.
And Transformers, I was big into Transformers.
Yes.
So my brother had the Devastator, like with like the big full one, with all the little ones that make it up. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And he had the Optimus Prime with the trailer, and it opened up into the little base. I was like, man, that's cool. Never got to play with them because they're his, but
yeah,
I always thought they were cool.
Oh yeah, myself, I'm a huge Transformer fan as well. Been as a kid, and I still am. Like Funko Cop, he's the one that introduced me to getting the Optimus Prime Shattered Attack kit from Mecha Warehouse, and I had to pull the trigger and get that.
Oh man, hey, don't forget to use the coupon code FunkoCop10 for 10%
Yeah.
off.
No, I definitely did. Yeah. So
It'll
for
go
everyone who's still
Constructicons.
watching,
I don't remember what it was. Appreciate that, North Garden Comics.
yeah, what's up, North Korean Comics? Definitely check out Mecha Warehouse if you want to get yourself a kit, do something like a build and chill. Use Funko Cop 10 to save yourself a few dollars. Definitely do that.
Yes, I did earlier actually.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it's gonna be a good
I
time.
actually been wanting to notice for a long time now. Where does the name Droobz come from?
Oh man, so it's funny because I don't get asked this as often as I used to,
Mhm.
but it's basically the culmination of years of just playing online games with my friends, and it was like it started out like the original online name I would use was Jube, and from
Mhm.
Ninja Scroll, and then it just like kind of just kept transforming over the years, and then it ended up as Droobz, and it stayed that way, and that's what it's been. So, like that's pretty much like what all my friends call me. So, just name the channel that.
Yeah, can't go wrong with. Basically, they just give you the nickname and everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, I know you mentioned this, but like, what are some of your favorite figures to buy? Like from from like the brands they do, whether it's NECA, SH Figure Arts, like what's your favorite brand to buy from?
Well, speaking of NECA, I haven't picked up any yet, but I do have a few on my list, so I'll be getting those eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right now, you can't really go wrong with a good super action statue if you're a JoJo fan. Those are fantastic, really well made. And Figma and Android from Good Smile, those are great. I, that's actually a bulk of what I have now is Nendroid from Good Smile. So just because the price point for me is where it's at, and Figma, I really enjoy Figmas, but those prices are quite a bit higher than Nendroids. So I actually really pick and choose which Figmas I pick up, and Nendroids I can pick up a bunch of different ones. So and Bam Prestos, if you're looking for more static stuff, like not posable, Bam Prestos are great. But if you got the money, I would definitely look into Figart Zero or Ichiban Show figures or Ichiban Kuji figures from Bandai Spirits. Those are great. Like the quality of those are fantastic. And Pop Up Parade from Good Smile Company, those are really good too. They're just a higher quality than what you would get out of your normal $20 to $30 Band Prestos for not that much more.
Right.
And SH
Now,
figures, I do enjoy SH figures. I have a few now in my collection, and the only thing I don't like about them is they don't like they don't come with their own stands. So
yeah.
you got to buy stands extra, but like Figmas, they come with their own stand. Super Action Statue comes with its own stand. Oh, I have a Revel Tech too, which is cool, and that comes with its own stand. Um, there's a couple more Revel Techs on my list I want to get, but they're a little bit older, so I'll have to shop around for those.
No, yeah. Now, when it comes to anything else like figure wise, brand wise, uh, does it come your attention with the hot toys?
Does what do you mean?
Like, hot toys are very popular. Like, do you have one of your own, or like, do you just tell yourself, I don't want to go down that road, or like, because they're just, they're pretty much expensive, or do you just like maybe there's a few that cause your name, that you might have a certain attract to some of them?
Um, Not particularly. It for me, it's really about the size. Um, Hot Toys, they stick to the 1/6 scale stuff, and while I'm not against those figures, I just don't think that size for me personally would work out. Um, I kind of like having the smaller form factor of a 112 figure, which is why actually uh, a brand I mentioned was Mezco. I'll be picking up a few more of those. Like I got Hellboy on pre-order. I'll be getting Magneto, and I got the Blade already. So those are actually yes, yeah. So those are cool, and those kind of fulfill like that particular bracket because I know Hot Toys does Marvel and the DC and stuff like that, but so does Mezco, but just a 112 scale, which I enjoy much more.
Right. Now, when you first came on the scene, who were some of the first people that you met?
What do you mean, like on the YouTube scene when I started doing YouTube, or
Yeah, like YouTube scene, or like when you did your Instagram. Yeah, like who were some of the first people you met? Like, whatever it was, like Funko Pop, BPH. Like, was there anyone else that came into that?
well, funny thing is, like the whole video thing on YouTube just like happened one day.
Mhm.
Um, I went to GameStop, picked up Home Alone pops. Then I got home and I was like, man, I'm just gonna make a video out of this. And for a while, I was actually collecting with a friend of mine at work. He collects Funko Pops, and we were doing this for a while now. And then I was like, I'm gonna make a video, and I sent him the video. He was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That was kind of the start of it. But I think out of like just the collecting people on YouTube, because Instagram actually came. It was probably like a year into me making videos, but I think probably Beer Pop Hunter was the first person I met up with. Yeah, yeah, it was Beer Pop Hunter. So I think we met up at like Toys R Us or something like that. But yeah, that was because I remember I sat down. I was already making videos, and I came across one of his videos at the time, and I remember he was doing like some driving footage, and I was like, man, that area looks real familiar. And then he went to, God, I don't remember where he went now, but he went to a store. I knew exactly where it was at, and I ended up emailing him, so we emailed back and forth, and eventually we were at the same Toys R Us, and that's kind of how it happened.
Right.
And
Now,
Funko Cop. So Funko the Funko Cop meet was I was actually not supposed to meet Funko Cop, believe it or not. I was actually supposed to be meeting up with Troll Collects, because we were doing a trade at the time, and since I work overnight, I wake up later in the day or early in the evening, if you would, and we met up at the mall in Newport News at like it was like 9 p.m. or something like that. And I guess Funko Cop, he's an actual real cop. I know a lot of people ask, but he's a real police officer. He don't want Troll going out meeting some random dude, in the middle of the night at a mall that's not in the best of areas. And and but Troll never told him that he was meeting up with me, because I guess at the time he was watching my videos, so he knew of me. But then when he told him that was me, he ended up going anyways, and we all met up. So I actually met Trell and Funko Cop the same night, and it wasn't awkward at all.
oh man. Now, I know you had said this, but like, was there like a main inspiration for you to have started a channel to do videos? or were you just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna just do it, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I just got home and was like, yo, I'm gonna make a video. So I did, and I did it with my phone, and I had it like up and down instead of sideways. So it was terrible. My first video is still up on my channel. Like, you just gotta find it, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and then I guess it kind of just turned to one of those, gonna document, like, for myself, yeah, what I'm collecting and stuff like that. And then it eventually evolved to trying to help people out as far as collecting goes and trying to be informative on that stuff.
All right. And we got Dark Sage over here saying that if he ever comes to your city, that you better have a bed for him somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got plenty of room. If anything, I do got a pretty good couch. So
No,
unless you sleeping bag in the studio, I mean, I guess I'll let you play with some super action statues and stuff.
yeah, I can see that happening. Dark Sage being curled up in the corner, just playing with the action figures.
There's plenty of them in this room too. So.
Now, when it comes to your videos, do you ever rewatch some of your old videos and think to yourself, oh, I could have made this a whole lot better. I could have added some more stuff to it. Anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I keep all the raw video, or at least the edited video. And realistically, like the first, I don't even know how long it was, like 6-7 months or so of me actually doing YouTube. I never showed my face on camera.
Mm-hmm.
It was just my hands and the table and me showing you whatever and just talking. And like all those could have been way better. And then up to like even when I first started doing hunts, all that could have been better. And I don't know, it just in general, like even now, like videos I put out now, I look at them like, okay, I could do this better, or I could do that better, or I should try this setting or just this to see what the result is. So it's funny because you guys probably don't notice when you watch the videos, but I do change settings and tweak things, and nobody really notices, but I do. And I'm just kind of, I don't want to say I'm using you guys as a test, but because nobody notices that I'm doing it. It's more for myself, but maybe eventually you guys will start noticing things, especially now that I say it, you guys will start picking the videos apart.
Right.
It's like when I switched to my new microphone, nobody really said anything about it, but I noticed that it sounds a lot better, like the audio of it. And
Right.
I kind of been messing around with the decibel gain and stuff on the microphone itself to get things sounding a little bit better. So I'm actually a pretty big, tech nerd as far as that goes. So I try to have some decent equipment.
True. Yeah. Now you just said you're a tech nerd. Like, what's the type of tech that you usually work on, or like some of the bigger things that you may do on it?
For as far as tech goes,
Yeah.
well, I guess it originally all started with building computers, which I haven't done in a few years now, but that was big part of it, getting me into more technological things. But now it's kind of more or less cameras and lighting, microphones, and they're really just like audio and visual equipment now. So even like not necessarily just the camera itself, but like things that come with it. Like
Mhm.
I think the last video I put out, I filmed it with a neutral density filter on the lens, but the video before that didn't have it on the lens, and nobody really noticed, but I did because the neutral density kind of cuts out some more of the reflection much like a CPL filter would help with reflections on things, because I do have the glass cabinets behind me with lights in it. So I was trying to cut some of the glare out on that, and it does help you with a little bit more stops of light too when you're filming. But since I'm using Micro Four Thirds setup, I'm having like a hard time nailing focus, like on me personally. Like when I show figures and stuff to the camera, it's not bad, but I notice like if I sit further back, it's harder to focus. So I think I need to move up a little bit more. So this next video you're going to see, I'm actually going to be a little bit more closer to the camera. So definitely, yeah, try and see what I'm talking about in that one. Now everybody that's watching this are going to be like, oh man, this guy. Like you're going to notice I'll probably be a few inches closer.
Yeah.
Which also means I would have to mess with the decibel gain on the microphone and a few other things to get that right. So
No, yeah, definitely. Now, when it comes to your, all your collectibles, do you have them all in one room, or do you like have them scattered all around your house?
Actually, I have them in just about every room in the house except the bathrooms. Because the bathrooms, you got showers and stuff like that.
Right.
You don't want to have any kind of residual water damage from that stuff, I guess. I don't know if I'm tripping, but yeah. So yeah, basically everywhere else I got something in it. If not a bunch of figures, at least one. So yeah.
Do you
even in the kitchen?
In the kitchen. Pretty much since you have it all scattered, do you have some like in storage, like in bins?
I got a few bins with figures in there, especially like fig pins, because I only have one cork board and I've been thinking about selling a few of them. I got those in bins, and I got a few other figures in bins too. Nothing crazy though.
Right.
Well, nothing crazy by my standard. So
okay, I think we're about to wrap this up already. So
oh
like
man,
I said,
it's been an hour already. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. Well, like you mentioned, you have a podcast as well coming up, so I don't want to take too long with this as well. So I want to get you there on time and everything.
Yeah, we're gonna record that tonight with Dr. All Might. So I don't know how long it takes for him to put out his stuff, but you guys look for that. It'll probably be out this week, I think he said. So
yeah, but like I mentioned, thank you, Droobz, again for taking time out of your day to be on here. Episode 11 on my TCI interview, the collector interviews. This has been another great and fun episode, and I just can't talk. Like I mentioned, Droobz, I've been a huge fan of his videos for, I guess you can say, for a long time already. 2 years ago, and I'm glad to have had this chance to finally like sit down and talk to him. Get to know him more and everything, and it's just been a fun, great episode, like I mentioned. And make sure you go subscribe to him. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram. It's all in the description below. So make sure you check this guy out, follow him, subscribe to him. Like, he's getting pretty close to 3,000 subscribers. So let's get him there.
Oh yeah, that's coming up pretty soon. I got something for you guys at 3,000. So it's gonna happen. But I appreciate you having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been so. And I also want to thank all of you for watching, everyone who tuned in, from RGV to Tats, Nakama, Chase the Dark Sage, Awaken Sage, Rob, let's see, North Garden Comics. Like, really appreciate every single one of you that has watched. And those of you who will watch this, the replay afterwards, I can't thank all of you enough. So this has been another great episode. And we got more great episodes coming on the way, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, go follow Droobz, go subscribe to him, all that good stuff, man. Show this guy some love and everything. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Later, guys. Don't forget the light.